All right, what a year it has been for the OG Raw Dog, the man who was that nickname before anyone else tried to make it cool in the UFC. He's now set to fight Brandon Moreno next weekend at UFC 255. Big night for the flyweights, and Brandon Royval is a big part of that, and he is back on the show right now. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Yourself?
I'm doing great. So 2020 has been your year, my man. I mean, from signing to the UFC, 2 submission wins, 2 bonuses. Now you're getting set to fight the number 2 guy in the division, a guy many feel is the number 1 guy at 125 pounds outside of the champion. This is just unbelievable. I think you felt like something like this would happen at some point, but when you signed with the UFC back in May, did you ever think you'd be in this position this soon?
No, not at all, man. It's been kind of a wild year, a wild 6 months. It's been 6 months, so it's been a crazy 6 months for sure, man.
What has it all been like for you, like emotion-wise? Because, I mean, compared to signing the contract to where you're at now, your confidence, where you're at mentally, must be at like an all-time high right now.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm enjoying all of that. That's literally what it is. Just kind of like finding the motions and just finding out that I'm like as good and I belong. While it's all kind of going on, you know. Cause you're not really sure when you first I don't know, you want to be in the UFC, you think you belong, all that stuff. Now that I've been going against all the top 10 in the world, like I'm here, I belong. Like I'm passing these tests with flying colors, man. And, nobody can tell me I don't belong anymore, you know? So it's been great, man. It's been great kind of just learning along the way and just learning that I'm here and I'm doing good, man. I'm right at the level of these motherfuckers.
How good does it feel to know in your own mind that you belong, that you've proven yourself to be here? Because we've talked about this before. You know, it was never really like a big confidence issue with you, but sometimes your mind plays tricks on you and you're like, do I really belong here? How freeing of a feeling is that to know that, holy crap, like I'm here and I belong and I'm about to fight the number 1, number 2 guy ranked in the world right now?
Yeah, it's literally the best feeling ever. It's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just like passing these tests with flying colors, and you watch some of these dudes and you're like, I think I'm better than him. I think I can beat him, you know. I think I have him like here and here, and you say it in your head, and maybe I tell my friends and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'll beat him, you know, like with confidence or whatever. But you don't really know. Like I'm just shooting the shit and just trying to build confidence in my own head, you know. And then I go out there, win a fight, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm good. Like I can do this, you know.
It was funny because my luck with broadcast this year has just been wild because you and I did our interview right after the Kai Kara-France win, and you were looking to the future a little bit, and then we found out Cody Garbrandt was out of the title fight like the next day after that interview was released. Alex Perez was in the title fight, and now you're going to fight Brandon Moreno. When did you find out like this was a thing?
The day after my fight with Kai Kara-France, we're on the beach, and I kind of like I caught wind of what was happening to Cody Garbrandt, and that Alex Perez got the title shot. And then I turned to my manager, Jason House. I was like, yo, can you put my name in for the Brandon Moreno fight? And he's like, you want me to throw that in there? And I was like, for sure, man. And yeah, so then that's kind of how it happened. And I pretty much knew right off the bat that it was like a go. He texted goddamn Mick Maynard and asked, he's like, can Brandon Royval fill that spot? He's ready and he's on weight and ready to go kind of thing. And Mick Maynard's like, yeah, would love that. It's perfect. And then ran into Mick Maynard all during Fight Island, so just got to finesse my way in there. But I pretty much knew the day after the Kai Kara-France fight.
And once it was like signed, sealed, and delivered, you were ready to go. How did you react to that once you got the word from your manager and from Mick that this was happening?
A little anxious, man, because I was stuck on Fight Island. And then you go from being on Fight Island to like partying a little bit, and then I was eating a shit ton, and then I'm like stuck on Fight Island, not with my team, and then I'm like, all right, well, I just want to be back to training and like, you know what I'm saying? You have the anxiety of like an immediate fight, and the best way to get rid of it is just training and get that going. But I'm in shape, and I've been back with my team for a minute, so it's been good now. But immediately it was like anxiety. I'm like, fuck, man, I put myself in a situation where I can't even party after this fight. Like,
did you get to enjoy at least a night or two of partying? Have a couple of libations?
Yeah, Alex is going to try to deny it because he had a fight the next month, but we were drinking the whole time. Me and him spent a week drinking and had fun.
Oh man, I gotta ask you about this. Speaking of Fight Island, because I've heard a story about you, Brandon. Heard a story about you and someone you may know by the name of Yusuf Salal, and perhaps a jet ski was involved.
Shit. Yeah. We had fun out there. We had some allegations. We paid our debt and we left Fight Island scot-free.
Yeah, I heard mostly that Yusuf Zalal is a master negotiator. Is basically
Yeah,
the
for
moral
sure.
of the
I'm
story.
guessing you heard it from a couple of the MMA junkie guys.
So yeah, it was a pretty funny story hearing it. So you don't have to talk about it. I just wanted to bring it up. And say.
Well, I left the Fight Island with some rock and roll fees. I had to pay for like a little bit of a jet ski mishaps, and I broke a TV while I was there on accident. So
What?
it's a disaster. So like right when I left, I was like $700 in hotel damage fees. Yeah, it sucked, man. It was. But I was trying to set up my PlayStation, and Alex was like not helping me at all. So I set it up against something and left like a little crack in the screen, man. Oh, it sucks so bad. But we paid our debts. We're out of it. We got 50 G's. And then one of those G's went strictly to damage of just Fight Island.
It's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, a little bit.
So heading in,
man, rock and roll, right?
absolutely. I mean, you get the mentality. You're winning fights. You know, enjoy yourself a little bit. But I'm curious what your mentality is like right now heading into this fight, because yes, you have a fight to prepare for against a very dangerous guy, but at the same time, it has to be creeping in your mind that if you win this fight, your next fight will likely be for the title. Like I know Garbrandt is still there, but you'll be in a position where that next fight should be for the belts. Like, are you using that as motivation, or are you trying to block that out and stay focused on this fight and this fight alone?
I don't really have that at the forefront of my mind because I don't think that's necessarily the route for me. I think if Brandon Moreno beats me, his next shot is a title shot. I don't necessarily believe that mine is, just because I'm really new to the UFC and just kind of capping on all these little mishaps and people pulling out of fights and nobody wanting to take fights during quarantine. So I've been able to capitalize on some of this stuff. So I'm not necessarily sure that that's my route, and I don't want to get it in the forefront of my mind thinking that and like put pressure on myself and all that. What gets me out of bed anyways is just fighting Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno's a stud. He's a dangerous opponent, and I have that at the forefront of my mind right now instead of that title shot.
There you go. Well said. I mean, I spoke to Brandon a couple weeks ago, and he has a lot of respect for you. He thinks this fight's just going to be like a tornado of destruction, and he's obviously personally bummed with how this all played out because he was passed over not once but twice for a title shot on the same card.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
Yeah. So, I mean, from a stylistic perspective, you mentioned that it gets out of bed, but just you thinking about how this fight could go and, you know, the chaos that you two can put forth in the octagon, you must be loving this right now.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit. I always think it's funny. Like I was telling one of my training partners yesterday, it's like when I fight a wrestler, I don't give a shit what's going to happen. When I'm out there, I'm like, I'm either going to fuck this dude up really bad or I'm going to get wrestled for 15 minutes. It really doesn't matter. Like, it's not like that scary, you know, but like when you're fighting someone that's going to try to drop you, like knock your head off and all that, like perspective changes. Like it definitely like, you're like, all right, well, like I can't get away with that on this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't keep my chin tucked or I don't do this or that, like there's consequences to it in fighting like against someone like Moreno or Kai Car France, you know, when you're fighting like a wrestler, it doesn't really matter. So, I don't know. It's funny, like the different thought process I have going into this fight compared to like if I was fighting just some wrestler or whoever it is, you know. That Brandon Moreno is gonna try to finish me every second that this fight goes by, and same goes for me, you know.
I assume Mr. Hernandez will be in your corner once again. Don't want to mess with the hot hand, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had different corners and stuff, but he's just fun to hang around. And when that fight got scheduled right after that, I was like, well, fuck you. What do you got going on over there? Because I was going to go corner him originally for that the Halloween card, but then I got the fight, and I was like, I can't really leave town at that point, you know? Like, I'm kind of stuck here for the peak of my training camp. So I was just like, all right, well, then I'll just throw you back in my corner and stuff. We'll just party afterwards because we're trying to celebrate the wins together and stuff, you know?
How important has he been for like the atmosphere of the gym in general? Because, you know, we talked about it before, and you weren't really sure about what he was going to bring to the table. I mean, he's got a little bit of a reputation. Clearly, he's found himself in a great place there, and it showed on Halloween when he finished Chris Gritzmacher in the first round. But he's telling me stories about how, you know, if you're showing up for a practice and he's out running or doing strength and conditioning, you're texting him saying, well, looks like I'm better than you today, or, you know, something like that. Or if he's there, he's pissed that you didn't text him or he didn't text you.
Well, it's just competition, right? It's everything, man. And then you have someone that works hard, and I have like so before I started at Factory X, I was at this gym, and same goes for him, man. I'm not trying to tell his story, but this is like how my story was before. When I was at Factory X, I outworked everybody at my gym. I was like the best by far, and then I came to Factory X, and I'm like, damn, all these other dudes have the same dream as me, and like the same passion, the same drive and stuff. So I think that he had that like mind state where he's like, I outwork everybody, this, and that, and then he comes to this gym and we're all putting in work together, and like he's blending in with us, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that he's not an extra hardworking guy and he's putting all those hours in for sure, because he does do that, but he has some of us that are like similar minded and all that, and that is how I think of it, man. I try to win the day, and winning the day is beating your teammates a little bit, and beating my teammates is getting up earlier than them, putting a little extra work in, getting a harder run in, making them feel like I outworked them, and I want them having that in their mind, you know what I'm saying? So if I can get a little mind fucked before practice goes, I'm like, damn, where are you at? I've been here for an hour already, like, catch up, you know what I'm saying? Just fuck with his head, then I'm gonna make him a little bit better and push him a little bit more, and vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So it's fun, man. It's all fun competition that we have the whole entire time, man. That's the best part of Training Factor X. It's not only is it like a team environment, but like we are like an actual team, man. We hang out together, we talk shit to each other, and it's all family around here.
I'm curious. I'm sitting there watching this past Saturday's UFC event, and they flash up the main card for UFC 255, and I noticed that you and Moreno were not on the main card. Like, I was kind of surprised by that. They put Calvillo and Chikagian on there over you guys. Like, are you okay with that? Like, I know ESPN brings more eyebrows, but
honestly, I cannot care any less about that. I think this is better. I think, one, I'm going to go fucking steal the show for the flyweights. Me and Brandon Moreno are the flyweight fight to watch anyways. I don't give a shit who's main eventing it. I like Alex Perez a lot, and Biggie's obviously exciting or whatever, but fuck that, dude. And like the girl flyweight fight, they're awesome. Whatever her name is an exciting fighter, but that being said is me and Brandon Moreno are the fight to watch, man. And that being said is we're not going to get eyes on that pay-per-view fight. Nobody's going to buy that pay-per-view. So fuck being on that pay-per-view. I'd rather be on the prelim main event right there. So I'm the main event. Me and Brandon Moreno are the main event right here. Nobody's buying that pay-per-view fight. There's going to be more eyes on this fight than the pay-per-view. So I don't give a shit. I'm actually stoked about it.
So you're
that prelim card.
So you're the featured bout on ESPN, right? Or whatever.
Yeah. Look at this little small.
Oh man, the dapper dandy.
Hardest hitter in the gym. I just want to let you know he just watched me work out for an hour, bro. I swear to God.
He just watched you?
Yeah. He was just watching me work while he was chilling, taking notes.
That's
learning
hilarious.
How to be better, you know.
That's so funny, man. So I mean, you guys in that spot, you could actually increase the buy rate because your fight's gonna be so exciting.
I don't necessarily think that. I think that they should tune into my fight and then do whatever the fuck they want to do. I don't really care.
Enjoy their Saturday nights.
That's like such a horror. I'm gonna get fired from the UFC. I gotta shut up. Buy that pay-per-view and then go see who I'm gonna fight next.
There you go. So I mean, how do you see this fight playing out? I mean, you called the Kai Kara France one pretty much to a T. We had our interview. You called it almost exactly the way it went down, and you were 100% accurate with that. How do you see this one playing out? Hey, oh man, we got legends everywhere.
We got the master over here. I think it's going to be a difference in MMA IQ is really what's going to win me this fight. I think that's going to be a tactician versus a brawler. And I think if it goes to a little bit of a brawl, too, I'm going to beat the shit out of him there, too. I think I'm longer and I have the faster hands. And I don't know, man. I think it plays right into my hands no matter what goes on in this fight. I'm really stoked about it. I think I haven't beat, at least this is the main portion, I think I haven't beat jiu-jitsu-wise and striking-wise. I think he's stronger than me, and I think he has a better wrestling, but I don't really give a shit about that, so we'll see.
So after this fight, you're going to enjoy some time off, enjoy the holidays, eat some delicious food, party a little bit?
I'm going to be on whatever they're on for that flyweight title. If they reschedule that fight right away and Garbrandt's going to fight Figgy or whoever wins that title, and they're doing that right away, I'm going to start cutting weight and just being on cue for that fight for sure because I know where I'm at. I know that. I know what could happen, and like I said, Garbrandt hasn't made 125 yet. Might as well just stay ready and get ready to make 125 at the same time he's going to, because I think it'd be worth it, right? It'd be worth it. Just be ready on the cue. Let UFC know that I'm weighing 125 or weighing around fight weight, and just stay motivated for this because anything can happen. You know, I've been around for a while, and a lot of times shit doesn't work out the way it's supposed to work out, and I can capitalize off that.
The only thing scarier than a raw dog is an opportunistic raw dog.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like I said, I mean, I'm not necessarily like thought to win this fight or the Kai Kara France fight and all that. And the most dangerous person is someone with nothing to lose, man. I really have nothing to lose out there. Nobody fucking thinks I'm gonna win the fight. I don't give a shit though. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like I'm the more dangerous opponent in this situation because I have nothing to lose. Everybody expects this dude to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? He has all the experience, all that, and a lot of hype behind him. So just kind of riding that.
You got a different look in your eyes for this one, Brandon. I have to say, like I've interviewed you before, like before and after, like your last 4 or 5 fights at this point, and there's a look in your eye that I haven't seen before. Does this one just feel different to you?
A little bit, man. It definitely just feels like something that's like, oh, like I don't know, man. Like I've changed my life in the last year, so it's been. I'm pretty grateful for all this stuff, and like I really just feel like I have nothing to lose out there. Like I really just like genuinely feel that I'm getting tagged and messages that I'm gonna get my ass whooped and this, and that, and like it's whatever, man. I don't give a shit, man. All I have to do is go prove these motherfuckers wrong again, and then maybe I'll stop being the underdog in every single fight I have, you know.
There you go. Well, I wish you nothing but the best, man. I'm really looking forward to this fight. Potential show stealer.
I appreciate you stealing that, or taking the time to interview me every time, man. And we are going to steal that show for sure. That 50 G's is ours for sure. As much as I don't want it to, I want the 50 G's just to be mine in the performance night, but it's going to be ours for sure, man. Fuck.
Enjoy, man. Appreciate it.